red pill, brown girl. Get into the truth. It's your red pill, brown.
And so when somebody says to me, Stephen, rather than point to her and her verbiage and her language and how she talked about the president, what about how he talks? I have no problem with that. I can understand that. And if that is the reason that everybody is in an uproar, that is fine. And I have no problem apologizing to that to my sister because, damn it, I want her to know I don't feel that way about her.
Steven. I had high hopes for Steven, y'all. Like he was the king of the flip flopping. He was, and I really believe that he was like wrestling and tussling with this whole idea of conservatism and being a black man. But y'all, he got back broke for real. They wore him down. He talking about my sister. I have no problem apologizing to my sister. The way he comes at her. First of all, Jasmine Crockett came at President Trump before he even uttered her name. When she was in Congress, she kept saying 34 felonies, our felony in chief, our da 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 da. So don't even Stephen A. You can't use that. You cannot use that. President Trump did not come at Jasmine Crockett before Jasmine Crockett came at President Trump. That is just the truth. Second of all, he called her low IQ because that's how she's acting. You're confirming it with the truth, saying that she should know better and should be wanting to work with President Trump. A high IQ person would understand that, but because your sister, Stephen A., is low IQ, she doesn't understand that. And the fact that you have to apologize for it shows that, Stephen A., I don't know, maybe you're low IQ.
Just like I didn't feel that way about Kamala Harris. Just like I don't feel that way about the marvelous, the wonderful, the incomparable, the greatest first lady ever, and Michelle Obama, in my estimation, or anybody else. But what we're going to do on this show is understand who the hell I am and how it's going to be as long as I'm doing this show. I have no problem apologizing if I'm wrong. I have no problem apologizing if I've made somebody feel a certain kind of way.
Sir, you're not apologizing because you're wrong. You're apologizing because you still want to be invited to the cookout. But what you know, what you must understand, Stephen A., and I'm telling you, you graduated from the same alma mater as me. It will never be enough. They will keep moving the goalposts. They will keep causing you to compromise your beliefs. They will keep telling you that you have to say birthing person and a man in a dress is a woman and women playing men, men competing against women in sports is normal and gender is a construct, a social contract. They will constantly keep beating you down. So you can apologize all you want to, Stephen A. You can sister, my sister, kiss Michelle, the incomparable, the illustrious Michelle Obama can do no wrong. You can do all of that, sir. But at the end of the day, if you don't affirm that your son wants to be a girl and that your nephew wants to be your niece, it'll never be enough. It'll never be enough, Stephen A.
But I'm going to challenge the legitimacy of what people come at me with when I think that challenge is warranted and deserved. If you came to me and you said to me that it came across as a bit dismissive, Stephen, you should have been more protective of her than that because Look at how he speaks. Look at how they act on Capitol Hill towards her. I understand that. But when
How they act toward her? She is so rude and so ghetto and so they are fighting against her. And Stephen A., what they are trying to tell you is to ignore your lying eyes.
somebody tries to take that to accuse me of being disrespectful or in any way misogynistic, I'm going to push back on that because that's emphatically false. There's no truth to that whatsoever, and I'm not accepting that, and I'm not owning that. I can sit up there and I can look at Representative Jasmine Crockett. Do you know what I think she should be doing? I think she should be competing for the Senate seat in Texas or for the Attorney General spot because she's qualified.
Sir, lay it on thick. Because all they did was call you a name, call you misogynistic, call you an agent of white supremacy, and get you right back on that plantation, sir. You were not lying when you said that Jasmine Crockett has not done anything for her constituents in Congress, but the They Not Like Us dance. That's all she has done. That is all Jasmine Crockett has done for her constituents while in Congress is the They Not Like Us dance by Kendrick Lamar, and she didn't even do it good. And her interns don't want to work for her. I guarantee you, the same people probably still not even working for her now. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then for you to ignore your lying eyes and ears about her behavior and say, I think she should be running for the Senate seat because she's qualified. Stephen A., I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed, sir.
I personally think Kamala Harris should have ran for governor of California. I've said it for the record that if Michelle Obama was running for president, she would have beat Trump, in my opinion. I think she'd have done it. That's how I feel. But somehow, some way, it's never enough for some people out there. I understand. I would advise you to get over it.
Oh, now he talking tough. Now he talking about, I advise you to get it over with. No, sir, you don't apologize, laid it on thick. Let's keep it real. Nobody was going to beat President Trump. They just weren't. I'm sorry, Michelle. Michelle Obama didn't run because she knew she wasn't going to win. Second of all, I don't really think Michelle want to be president. Like, I wouldn't want to be president if, my husband had already been president. That's just me. But nobody was going to beat President Trump. I'm sorry, Stephen A. Tell yourself, whatever you have to do, whatever helps you sleep at night.
Or buckle up because I'm not going away. This is my show. I will say what I feel and I will do what I want. It doesn't mean I'm going to be insensitive. It doesn't mean that I don't care about our community. A matter of fact, most of the trouble I get in is because I care about our community. And the reason I'm bringing this up and the reason that I'm willing to attack this subject, because this really ain't about Jasmine Crockett. I respect her. I wish her nothing but the best. I was simply asking a question. That's all about Jasmine Crockett.
Y'all, why he got this picture of her? Why he keep showing this picture? It's so bad. I know. I'll stay focused. But why he got that picture of her like that? Y'all, Steven is copping the plea. And then low-key being disobedient. This is my show. I say what I want. I'll say why it's my party and I'll cry if I want to. No, it's not, Stephen A. That done got you to apologize.
To what we see going on in the streets of America. I asked a question. I get it now with Trump feeding into that nonsense. giving him fodder or ammunition to continue to go out there and talk about our black women that way. I got it. I don't like that at all. I don't want to be associated with nothing like that.
I got it. I don't want to be associated with nothing like that. The truth? You don't want to be associated with the truth, Stephen? Thank you for letting us know. Black women have to be called out just like anybody else. And I'm sorry. I love that you did it. And I'm sorry we can't accept your apology, sir. Your your first analysis still stands. Jasmine Crockett was completely out of line. She wasn't representing Black Americans and she wasn't representing her constituents. And I don't care how much they beat you down, Stephen A, make you feel like, oh, President Trump never came at Jasmine Crockett until Jasmine Crockett kept biting the beast, kept poking the bear. And Stephen A, and I'm sorry, you just didn't have balls enough to stand 10 toes down. If you don't have balls enough to stand 10 toes down when you write, God, I hate that for you. I hate that for you, Stephen. Mm, 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 mm. Woo!
And I apologize because I respect the hell out of Jasmine Crockett and what she has accomplished. I absolutely do. And I appreciate the fact that she feels compelled to fight the way that she fights because of what she's dealing with.
No, I honestly can't respect Stephen A anymore. Y'all, I tried. I can honestly say I tried with Stephen A and he's just a fair weather. Like he cannot take even the least bit of criticism, the least bit of heat. It really shows that he's honestly not a man. Men are going to have to stand up to what's going on, or else it's just not going to work. Stephen A said nothing wrong when he criticized Jasmine Crockett, and they got him kowtowing, stepping and fetching, apologizing for something that was nothing but the whole truth. And it just kind of brings me to something that I said the other day, that the leadership in America, especially the Black leaders, are just cowards and they keep kowtowing to these people. What would have happened to the Black community, or where would the Black community be right now if when Bill Cosby stood up and said, Black men need to pull their pants up. Stop fathering these children outside of wedlock. Stop having babies outside of wedlock. Start taking care of your homes. What when he said that, the Black community was enraged. And instead of Black leaders who who are supposed to be leading us into being better saying, we agree with him, I don't care how mad you get, it's the truth, do better, get yourself off of government assistance and take care of your families. If Black leaders had stood with Bill Cosby and said, hey, I don't care how mad you get. It's the truth. I don't care how mad y'all get. Stop listening to this kind of music. Stop feeding into death culture. If Black leaders had backed up the truth, and that was how many years ago? Like 15, 20 years ago, he did that. We would have probably been further as a community. Black people, well, I'm not Black. I stopped being Black 2 years ago. But Black people would have been further as a community if they had taken that advice and taken that constructive criticism. I got the chance to meet Vincent Everett Ellison this weekend, you guys, and it was just so amazing because you get to see a Black man who don't play no games. He don't have no cut cards. He not mincing his words. He said what he said. And we're going to need a lot more of those type of Black men that come out and be dad to the Black community and say, I don't care how mad you get. I don't care how upset you get. It is my job to tell you the absolute truth. And I don't care if you don't like it. When we get to a place like that, then and only then you're going to see improvements in the Black community. But unfortunately, until then, I don't know. I don't know what y'all going to do, Black folks. I honestly don't. Anywho, don't forget to like and subscribe. You guys, thanks for watching. I'm so grateful that you watch me. So thankful that you watch me. And until next time, peace.